Hello beauties! Today I have a full body Pilates workout for beginners. It's around 25 minutes long. No equipment is needed, all you need is your mat and your gorgeous self. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start sitting with our knees bent, feet flat on the mat around hips distance apart. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall with a straight spine. Exhale as you round your back to a C-curve position. Arms extending long. Inhaling through the nose as you restack your spine one vertebra at a time. Exhaling through the mouth as you articulate through the spine, pulling those abs in as you C-curve. Each time you straighten, try to grow 1 inch taller by reaching through the crown of the head. Each time you round down, try to pull the belly button deeper towards the spine. Warming up the spine here, starting to get that blood flowing through the body. Maybe your day is just getting started, or maybe you're unwinding. Either way, this should feel really good on your spine. On this next one, continue to roll yourself all the way down to the mat, articulating through your lower back, then middle, then upper back until your head relaxes down to the mat. Recenter yourself here. Suction cup the back of the arms into the mat, shoulders pulling down the back away from the ears. Back of the rib cage and the pelvis relaxing down into the mat. Now inhale the arms up off the mat and overhead. Then circle the arms down and around, coming back to your starting position. Keep going. Finding energy through those fingertips by imagining you have strings pulling them away from each other as they circle around. So it's a very active circle. Keeping the entire back of the rib cage relaxing down into the mat. If the ribs pop up to the ceiling, try not bringing your arms back so far overhead. Now flip the palms up to the sky and we'll switch directions. Circling the arms out and up overhead, then pressing them down towards the mat like you're pressing through thick water. Finding that energy through the fingertips, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Just a couple of more here. Beautiful. Now let's recenter here, reestablishing the arms are pressing into the mat, tailbone and ribcage relaxing down into the mat. Hinge the hips up to the sky, coming into bridge, then back down to the mat. Keep going, squeezing those glutes at the top, creating a nice straight diagonal line from the knee to the hip to the shoulder. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. We're sculpting our booty here while also working those hamstrings. Now pause here at the top, give me little pulses, up an inch and down an inch. Squeezing those butt cheeks together, abs pulled in, rib cage relaxed down, reaching through the crown of the head to create a long, beautiful neck. Now hold the hips lifted for around 10 seconds here. Pressing those arms down into the mat, squeezing the butt cheeks together. Now back to small pulses, up and down an inch. Last set of pulses here, you can do this. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold. Last isometric hold here. Now set those hips all the way down. Amazing work. Now let's keep the knees bent and let's glue the legs together so thighs, knees, and ankles are all touching. Back of the arms still glued to the mat. Bring the right leg into tabletop in a 90-degree angle. Set it down. Then bring the left leg to tabletop and set it down. Nothing in the body moves, just the legs. We do this by engaging the glute and hamstrings of the stable leg as we pull the abs in to create the movement. Going slow and controlled, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Checking in with the arms that they're glued to the mat. Checking in with the shoulders that they're pulling down away from the ears. Reaching through the crown of the head to create a long, beautiful neck. We'll do one more on each side here. Now hold the left leg lifted, lift your head, neck, and chest, and place your hands behind your head. Twist to the left, aiming your right armpit towards your left knee. Then you'll switch sides, bringing the left armpit to the right knee. Working the obliques here, alternating sides, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Still trying to keep that apples distance between the chin and the chest. Checking in with the elbows, making sure you're not pulling the neck by keeping them wide. Think of pushing your head into your hands and your hands into your head. Now hold here, do small pulses on this side, pulling those abs in as much as you can. Now let's come to the center and we'll switch sides, pulsing it out, making sure we're still breathing. Now set everything down, pull the knees into the chest, rock side to side, give yourself a little reset here. Very good. Now keep the knees in towards your chest as you curl your head, neck, and chest off of the mat, coming into a tight ball. Right hand on right ankle, left hand on left knee, left leg extends. Use the abs to hug the knee in towards the chest, then switch sides. Keep going, alternating sides for our single leg stretch. Hips stay stable, so no rocking side to side. Abs pull in a little deeper each time you switch. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Finding more length through the extended leg, finding more length through the crown of the head. Keeping an apple's distance between the chin and the chest. Now set everything down, pull the knees into the chest, rock side to side here. Straighten the legs long as you reach the arms long overhead, finding a long body stretch. Now let's come onto our side. Knees are bent in a sideways tabletop, making sure the ankles, knees, and hips are stacked directly on top of each other. Option to rest your head on your bent arm or to prop your head up with your hand. Lift through the obliques so there's a small gap between the lower body and the mat, so you should be able to slide your hand underneath your obliques. Good. Now hover the knee to level with the hip, extend the leg long as you point through the toe, flex the foot as you bend the knee back in, finding more length by tightening through the quad and reaching through those toes. Trying not to let the upper body move by engaging the core to help you stabilize. Make sure you're not leaning forward or back. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Just a couple more like this. Beautiful. Now hold that leg extended, lift it up to the sky and back down. This doesn't have to be big, only going as far as you can while keeping your upper body stable. Now do small leg circles, going slow and controlled here. The slower you go, the harder it is. Then let's switch directions with that circle as you grow the leg even longer. Gorgeous. Now set it down, Pilates slap out that hip. We'll come into a staggered seated position for mermaid. Hand is resting on the ankles, other arm out to your T. Lift that arm up to the sky, then up and over into a side bend stretch. Come all the way back up. Let's do one more here. Finding that nice side body stretch. Gorgeous. Now let's switch sides, coming into our sideways tabletop. Evening ourselves out here. Option again to lay your head down or to prop it up like I'm doing here. Making sure your ankles, knees, and hips are stacked directly over each other. Hover that leg and then you'll extend it long as you point through the toe. Then flex the foot to come back in. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Engaging the abs to help you stabilize. Trying not to rock forward or back. Keeping everything stacked. Creating a nice, beautiful line with your body. Now hold it here. Lift the leg up to the sky and down. Keep going, remembering to stabilize that upper body and control the movement. Engaging through the abs to help you do this. Now small leg circles, going slow and controlled, pulling those abs in. Switch directions with the circle. Gorgeous. Set that leg down, slap that hip out, and we'll sit up coming into mermaid stretch on the other side. So right arm extends out to a T. Inhale it up to the sky. Exhale to a side bend, creating that rainbow shape with your body. Come back up and we'll do it one more time. Side bending over here, trying to find an even deeper stretch with this one. Come all the way up. Beautiful. Now let's come into our quadruped position. So on all fours on our hands and knees, shoulders stacked directly above the wrist, push your body away from the mat and engage those shoulder blades down the back. Pulling those lower abs in, so back is flat and spine is as straight as possible. Now lift the right arm up and set it back down. Lift the left arm up and set it down. Trying not to let anything else in the body move, so just the arms are moving. Hips are completely stable. Try not to let them shift by engaging through the abs, engaging the shoulders down the back to help you stabilize. Last set here, right arm comes up and set it down. Left arm comes up and set it down. Now let's do the same thing with the legs. So right leg extends long out behind you. Set it down. Left leg extends, set it down. Trying not to let those hips hike up at all. Trying not to sink into the shoulders or the back. Can you find more length in the legs by tightening through those quads and reaching through the toes? Keep engaging the shoulders down the back and pulling the belly button towards the spine. Now hold the leg lifted. You can stay here or also lift the right arm up for even more of a challenge. Now move them both out to the side 1 inch and back. Keep going. Hips stay stable, fingertips and toes reaching away from each other. Set that arm and the leg down and switch sides. So right leg extends out long, left arm extends out long. You'll go out to the side and back, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Almost done. You've got it. Amazing. Going into our cat-cow stretch. Exhale as you round through the back, pulling the belly button up towards the spine. Inhale as you arch the back, bringing the gaze forward. Keep going, finding your angry cat position with each exhale. Finding your arch with each inhale. Beautiful. We're really loosening up the spine here. Your body should be starting to feel really good by now. Now let's lie down on the mat on your stomach. Feet will be around hips distance apart. Hands will be underneath your shoulders like you're getting ready to do a push-up. Pelvic bone presses down into the mat, belly button lifting slightly away from the mat. Imagine you're wearing jeans and you're pulling your elbows towards the back pockets of your pants. Slightly peel your head, neck, and chest off the mat, finding our baby swan. Then lower back down. Keeping your gaze toward the front of the edge of the mat so that the back of the neck stays nice and long as you come up. Pulling those shoulders down and away from the ears, finding length through the spine by reaching your head out and then up. Beautiful. Now let's try our full swan. Peel yourself up as the arms extend straight. Abs will also peel off the mat this time. Then slowly lower down. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Remembering to keep the gaze forward rather than looking up to the sky. This is very important for keeping pressure out of the spine. Keeping that movement more in the upper middle back and out of the lower back as much as possible. Abs pulling in, shoulders away from the ears. Great job. Now bring your heels toward your butt, windshield wiper your legs side to side, getting a little reset. Now let's come to a seated position. Extend the legs long out in front of you. Heels will be in line with the corners of the top of the mat. Sitting up nice and tall with a straight spine. Option to bend your knees if you can't straighten out your spine with your legs straight. Inhale the arms up in front of you, then out to a T, really reaching the fingertips away from each other to activate the arms. Make sure you can still see your hands in your peripheral vision. Exhaling as you rotate over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you rotate over to the left. And inhale center. Keep going. Trying not to allow your hips to shift forward as you twist, making sure your ankles stay in line with each other. Twisting through the torso, wringing out those abs with each exhale. Imagine you have strings pulling your fingertips away from each other. Trying to grow 1 inch taller each time you twist. Gorgeous. Lower those arms down. Now set your hands in between your legs. Inhale to sit up nice and tall with a straight spine. Exhale, drop your chin to chest, then round down 1 vertebra at a time, aiming your forehead in between your knees rather than your ankle. Stay here as you inhale into the back of the lungs. Exhale, rolling up 1 vertebra at a time to a straight spine, head coming up last. Inhale as you grow even taller. Exhale, chin to chest, articulating down the spine, ribcage pulling up, abs pulling up and in. Inhale, expand through the upper and middle back. Exhale to stack one vertebra at a time, lower, middle, then upper back, head coming up last. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, roll yourself down one vertebra at a time, finding that forward stretch. Inhale, expanding through the back. Exhale as you restack that spine, abs pulling in as you roll back up. Let's do one more here because this feels so good. Following that same breath pattern. Stack that spine all the way back up. Amazing job. Now let's roll all the way down onto our mat, laying down with our knees bent. Take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee. Grab onto your left thigh and pull it towards your body as you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Relaxing into this hip stretch here. You can use that right elbow to press the right leg away from you for an even deeper stretch, making sure you aren't pressing directly onto the knee joint and keeping both feet flexed back towards the shin so that you're protecting those joints at all times. Inhale as you expand the lungs as much as you can. Exhale all the air out, relaxing deeper into your stretch. Now straighten the left leg long onto the mat, right knee stays bent. Use your left hand to press your right knee across your body. Extend your right arm out to a T as you bring your gaze toward your right hand, getting a crossover stretch. Trying to keep both shoulders pressing into the mat. Inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Filling your lungs as much as possible with every inhale. Blowing every last bit of air out of your body on each exhale. Now let's switch sides. Crossing your left ankle over your right knee, then you'll pull your right thigh in towards your chest. Both feet flex back towards the shins, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Relaxing all of the muscles, going deeper and deeper into the stretch. Good. Now going into our crossover stretch on this side, left knee stays bent, right leg extends long, right hand presses the left leg across the body, left arm extends out to a T as you bring your gaze to your left hand, keeping both shoulders pressing into the mat, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Beautiful. Unwind yourself out of this. Let's bring the soles of your feet together as we relax both knees out to the side. Rest the arms in a goalpost position by the sides of your face. Allow your entire body to sink into the mat. Deep inhales through the nose. Deep exhales through the mouth. Really taking the time to enjoy this stretch here, thanking yourself for rewarding your body with the gift of movement today. Stay here as long as you need. Thank you so much for working out with me. I hope you have a beautiful day.